Global terror is on the rise, and many countries are still grappling with how to defend themselves against unseen attacks. Joining us now in the studio is Barry Nussbaum, the founder of the American Truth Project, a nonprofit organization that's taking a close look at America's national security. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
So tell us a little bit about the American Truth Project and what you do.
American Truth Project is a 501c3 in the United States, so it allows donors to come in on a tax-deductible basis. We do two main things. We educate the American public and our viewers around the world on Islamic terror, and we look at that, how it's infiltrated the United States and how it's getting much worse. And on a secondary basis, we look at the security alliance between Israel and America, and we do everything we can to strengthen that.
Interesting. So this is in many senses a fact database in terms of what is happening security-wise within both the United States and the Middle East
Exactly.
as well. Okay. All right. So, many of the threats that we are talking about, like we said, are relevant here in Israel. And it turns out, like we said, the Islamic State has a base in the Golan Enclave right now. That's just one of many security threats that Israel is dealing with. How do you think countries like America view Israel's response to these types of security threats?
It's changed dramatically over the last several months, mostly in the last year. Islamic terror has come to America, and so now it's not a foreign story in America, it is now a local story. Whether it was in Florida, in Texas, in California, what was an Israeli problem that we as Americans for the most part didn't understand, now it's personal. And now we understand what Israel has gone through, and American Truth Project has a lot to do with educating on that exact subject.
Do you think that, people on the ground are understanding that? They're feeling closer to Israel in any sense, or is that not kind of a shift that we're really witnessing?
That shift is going on right now.
Okay.
Israel has been the canary in the coal mine for the rest of the world, but it was a foreign problem. It was an Israeli problem, or it was an Iraq problem, or it was certainly a European problem. Now it's an American problem, and with the change of administrations, now people understand that it's not workplace violence, it's not gun problems, it's not crazy people, it's Islamic terror, and often with a pledge to ISIS.
Well, speaking about, the change in leadership, what can we expect to see in the future, especially in terms of Israeli-American relations and coordination on these security efforts?
I think there's a profound change that's already happening. It's in the wind in America. You have an American president for the first time in 9 years that is calling the enemy what it is, fundamentalist Islamic terror. And those words were never spoken in Washington, and they were banned by all administration officials. And now the enemy is being named, and once you name the enemy, you can fight the enemy. So as a result, Israel will benefit, ironically, by terror coming to America and, more importantly, a change in the White House.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Barry Nussbaum.
Thank you.